This is SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days, and joining us today from San Antonio, Texas, is the defending SCAC champion Trinity Tigers head coach Pat Cunningham and senior guard Will Young. And gentlemen, first of all, thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us today to discuss the upcoming season.
Thank you, James.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Coach Cunningham, let's start with you. Just first, tell me what your expectations and goals are for this team going into 2014-15.
Well, James, I tell you, our goals and objectives probably every season are the same, and probably the same for all the teams in the SCAC, which is our goal is to, one, day in and day out, give our best effort and improve as the season goes along. And then the second part of that is, in terms of specific goals is, we want to win the regular season SCAC championship. We want to win the SCAC tournament and get into the NCAA tournament and see what we can do there. So that's kind of the broad range goals.
Coach, this program has accomplished quite a feat, winning 3 straight SCAC championships after winning one last season. Not many teams can say they have done that. You did lose 6 seniors on the team, some key contributors as well. What are going to be some of the challenges this team faces in this upcoming season?
Well, James, yeah, we did lose a lot from last year. Having 6 seniors was a joy to have and made my job much easier. I think that a couple things. One is every year, I don't care how many players you have coming back or how many you lose. Every year is a different challenge, a different team. This year, for the first time in a while, we're actually have quite a turnover relative to having to use new players. That being said, is we're going to miss the seniors. Their leadership from last year. A couple of all-league performers and Rob Kitzinger and Zach Lambert, and then some great role players and Jonathan Wilt and Joe Schottland and a variety of others. So John Levan Way, and we just had a number of players contribute for 4 years out of that group. This year now we do have 3 seniors and a junior who contributed heavily to last year's team. So we're excited about our perimeter play and those seniors and junior coming back and leading this team, and they've all played. Our seniors have played for 3 years, and our juniors played for 2 years. So we're excited about the prospects of their leadership and them giving us good direction.
Well, let me turn to you. You guys open up on Saturday at Hardin-Simmons. Simply just share with me the excitement level to be starting a new season and to get through the preseason and everything and get ready to go into a new year.
Yeah, the atmosphere is just, a lot of excitement, especially when you get into a week out of the first game. It's mostly just the old guys kind of making sure that, obviously, like Coach Cunningham was talking about, we got a lot of young guys coming in, and just making sure they're ready mentally, physically, and just getting ready in practice every single day.
Well, let me stay with you. As you guys have gone through the preseason, and as I mentioned, get ready to open up this weekend, from your perspective, what have you seen from this team? What's really impressed you about this team throughout the preseason?
Just the ability of the younger guys just being able to step up and fill in the roles of guys who have left. Scoring the ball, shooting the ball well. So there have definitely been a lot of pluses that we've seen, and definitely a lot of things that we still have to work on, and just keep working on it every day.
Coach, I'll come back to you. You mentioned that you have 3 seniors on this team, including Will. Just tell me how vital they're going to be to the team's success this season, especially from a leadership standpoint.
Well, you hit the nail on the head, James, is that, every year I always say is that, this team belongs to the seniors. It's their responsibility, it's their duties to provide that leadership. It's their last go around, And I know, as Will said, they're excited about their last year coming into it and having the success that they've had the first 3 years that they've been involved in it. So, it's their team. They provide the direction. They provide the work ethic, and this group has done a really good job of providing that. I mean, again, they've all played meaningful minutes. They've all provided some leadership last year along with the seniors of last year as juniors, and being Will being a point guard and Craig being a point guard and Matt Selling being a perimeter player. They've had to lead on the floor a lot. Even the last 2 or 3 years. So I think from a leadership standpoint, I don't think we're losing anything. I mean, I think that they're picking up where they left off and where the seniors left off, and providing that direction to, as Will said, work hard every day, get better every day. There's still obviously room for improvement, but the work ethic and the willingness to work hard has been, the keys to our preseason thus far.
Well, I'll come back to you. Just explain to me, especially hearing that from your coach, just what it means to you to be one of these leaders on this team, and just how important it is to you this season.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a great responsibility. It's fun to have a challenge to kind of take on with the other guys, and we got 4 core returners. That are fully capable of leading the team, and we just look forward to getting everybody ready and being ready in January when conference play starts.
This is SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days. We're here with the Trinity University Tigers head coach Pat Cunningham and senior guard Will Young. And Coach Cunningham, let's break down the team a little bit. Let's start in your backcourt with your guards. What have you seen from them throughout the preseason, and who do you think is really going to emerge going into the regular season?
Well, I mean, I think, James, that's our strength is our backcourt. As Will mentioned, we have 4 key returning starters and all in the backcourt. At point guard, Will and Craig shared the duties last year as juniors and even as sophomores, and they'll continue to do that. I think they'll provide the leadership and some scoring for us. They're going to, whether it be through creating scoring for other people or scoring themselves, it starts with that, our point guards. And I'm very, very comfortable with their play and their leadership. We had a little bit of a blip in that Craig was out the first couple of weeks with a broken bone in his hand. So he just started practicing with us this week, but he's catching up pretty quick. Being a senior, he didn't miss too much a beat. So it'll take him a week or two to get full strength, but we're excited about that. And then Matt Selling and Jimmy, Clark, those two are both wing players that played significant minutes last year, provided some scoring for us, and we look forward to them doing it again this year. I think both of them are capable, and now they're just going to have to step up and take over some of the scoring that we got from Rob and Zach last year, and Joe on the perimeter. So, and then the young guys, we've got one of the sophomores who didn't get many minutes last year, Cambrell. He's I think ready to step up and help us this year. He's been doing well in the preseason, and sitting behind all those seniors last year, he got a chance to learn and improve, and he's a lot better. So I think that group in particular will be our core group.
And Coach, let's stay with that. Let's move into the front court with your post players, and kind of the same question there. What have you seen from them throughout the preseason and going into the regular season?
Well, that's the question mark for us, James. The front court is we bring no experience back, so to speak. So nobody played any significant minutes last year. We graduated everybody who was up there helping us last year. So this year we've got, although I think we've got some talented sophomores and freshmen. I mean, we've got Josh who played quite a bit late in the year, played some significant minutes, and AJ another sophomore who did not play at all last year in the second semester. Both are improving and ready to step in the front court. I mentioned Matt Selling earlier. He'll play a little bit of the 3 or 4 as well as a junior or senior. I'm sorry, as a senior, and then we'll also have to look to a couple of our freshmen, first years, to help out. We've got a couple of seniors, Matthew Bender and Brian Bloom, or a couple of freshmen, I'm sorry, Matthew Bender and Brian Bloom, who will, I think, have to play some in the front court for us and help us that way. I think in that group, and then the fifth probably that we'll look to is, again, a sophomore, Vinay Reddy, who didn't get a chance to play much at all last year, may be able to help us some on the front court. So it's going to be a learning experience for us. We're going to have to find out who is ready to play, come game time, who can play meaningful minutes, and one of our question marks is in the front court. The two is both. Actually, it's all three. It's scoring, it's rebounding, and it's defense. So who will be able to step up and make plays for us? That's what the preseason and non-conference games are for, is to help us learn that.
Well, let me come back to you. Share with us, just among the team and yourself, just some goals that y'all set for yourself, both, like I said, from an individual standpoint and a team standpoint.
Yeah, well, definitely one of the most obvious goals would be, winning a SCAC championship and advancing an NCAA tournament. But one of the lesser ones is really just getting better throughout the non-conference schedule, as we, play a really, really tough out-of-conference schedule, and just focus on getting better defensively, and just working on the little things.
Coach, I'll come back to you. 7 newcomers on this team. You've mentioned a couple of them throughout the interview. Just tell me, as a whole, what have they brought to practice throughout the preseason, and how do you think they're going to impact this team during the regular season?
Well, as I mentioned, James, they're going to have to play some minutes for us. We have just the 4 returning players, and when you talk about newcomers, it's 7 freshmen, but really our 5 sophomores are newcomers as well, as they didn't get a lot of minutes last year. So even though they were with us in practice last year, they're newcomers to us relative to game experience and having to play. So, other than our 4, I say 4 seniors because Jimmy is a 4th-year junior eligibility-wise, is a senior academically, and so. But those 4, other than those 4, everybody's new. So. The things that they brought to us, I think, this year is one is, things are more wide open. There's a lot more challenges and positions being fought for and minutes being fought for amongst that group. And it's been very, very competitive relative to them trying to work hard to put themselves in position to be able to be one of the top 8 or 9 or 10 players to be able to play. So, and then the second part of that is the youthful exuberance. I think freshmen and sophomore have a little bit more of that, just that, I call it a little bit of it naivety, and some of it is just youthfulness in terms of exuberance and joy for the game. And, the downside of that is they make a lot of mistakes. The upside is that they keep trying and keep working hard. So, we're going to need some significant minutes, some significant contributions from that group. So we'll see.
Gentlemen, we'll get you both out on this final question. Will, we'll start with you. For Trinity to reach its goals and expectations in 2014-15, just tell me what are going to be some of the keys to success.
Can you repeat that?
For Trinity to reach its goals and expectations in 2014-15, what will be some of the keys to success?
Obviously leadership from the older guys' perspective, teaching the young guys kind of, really what it takes to win at this level. And, when they haven't gotten significant minutes yet, it's definitely our job to show by example as well as teach them at every moment in time we can. And just taking it one game at a time, really. Prepare for each game, and then prepare and practice as well.
Coach, I'll ask you the same question. What will be some of the keys to success in 14-15 for the Trinity Tigers?
Well, James, I think we'll hit on some of it, the leadership, and then the new guys kind of gaining some better play and some confidence that goes along. I mean, I think one of the other keys is going to be, obviously, as Will also mentioned, is the day-to-day, game at a time, approaching things that way. Because one of the challenges we have this year is we play 6 of our non-conference games are against ranked top 25 teams in the country. We play the top 4 teams from the American Southwest Conference, ranked the top 4 in our preseason. All this before we get in our conference schedule. So I think one of the things that's going to be a challenge for us is not only taking it one game at a time, but keeping our confidence level up and improving from game to game. Because some of those early games, quite honestly, we could play very, very well and still not come out on top score-wise because of the level of play that we're going to have to do and the how good our opponents are early in the season. So I think some of our success is going to depend upon us keeping a positive attitude. And as Will mentioned, is our goal is in January to be as good as we can and to keep improving from day to day. And our goal is to be good in January, and our goal is to be even better in February. So, the key is again, I think the seniors and the older guys, consistency of effort. Consistency of performance? Can they come day in and day out and be able to give the effort and perform and give the performances necessary for us to be successful? And then the improvement of the younger guys. Can they get better as the season goes along? Can they maintain their confidence, and can they give us what we need to have success on the scoreboard?
This has been the 2014-15 SCAC Men's Basketball Media Days with the Trinity University Tigers, head coach Pat Cunningham and senior guard Will Young. Gentlemen, we appreciate your time today to discuss the upcoming season, and we wish you and the rest of the team good luck in the upcoming year.
Okay, great. Thanks, James.
Thank you, James. Appreciate it.